After a week off, we're back in the city. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to episode 9 of City the Animation. And yeah, we did take last week off, but it wasn't intentional. So for those of you who didn't see any comment about it on Discord or on the channel or whatnot, what happened is last Wednesday, the stuff that I was working on uploading, I was having some trouble with, and that like kind of extended farther into the night. And because of that, because of the issues that came about with that, it was mostly because of like audio issues with the episodes being recorded. I had to late into the night work on those and like edit in the audio for the episodes, uh for the videos I was putting up last Wednesday. And because of that, they ended up going up like super late, and it just it affected my sleep schedule into Thursday. And so I just, because of that, I basically just had to take Thursday off. Because some Thursdays I go to the bar to play games with friends, and so I was not going to have the time with my sleep schedule messed up. I wasn't going to be able to do it. So I had to make that change. And last week was already messed up because of the holiday back on that Monday as well. So last week was just a mess. But we are back with more. And we'll just have to, I guess, make an adjustment in the future with City. Because I do hope to end this series at a very specific date because of what's replacing this. And yes, I already know what's replacing this. And so we do have to end this at a specific date. Though that's going to be tricky as it is, because I think that's going to cause some issues. But we'll get to that when we get to that. For now, let's focus. So this series has been getting a little more serialized. Like, we've been getting more like ongoing narrative in these recent episodes with like basically, you know where it started? It started with Etchan and her girlfriend. I can never remember her name, and I don't know why. But it started with Etchan revealing that she was moving and that entire thing. Ever since then, it's become a lot more serialized. Don't get me wrong, it still has its like, skipping between different characters and showing off them doing different things, but it's become a lot more focused. And that's so wild to me because the series obviously starts out very, very goofy and silly, and it's still goofy and silly at points. But again, it feels like it became a little more serious since then. Just a little bit. It feels like the tone shifted, and because of that, they kind of shifted the way the series is presented as well. And that's fascinating. But we're still going to have some weird craziness, and it's just that because this show is like clearly for a more mature audience than like Nichijou was, I feel like the creator wanted this to have more like narrative to it, because Nichijou really doesn't. It has some recurring plot points, but not much narrative. You know what I mean? So I'm very curious to see what they continue to do with this. Obviously, they're still building up to Etchan and her girlfriend separating when Etchan moves, and I'm very curious to see like how that even goes down. But we will see. So, in the meantime, we're just going to get into this. We're not going to waste any more time and hope for the best. So, let's check this out. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So I wanted to look up what they were talking about at the end there, the Chitara snacks. Apparently they are a real snack. They're often composed of like a stick of like cheese snack sandwiched between two thin, savory sheets of processed fish. So it's like a fishy cheese snack kind of thing, and it's like I could dig that. That sounds nice. Apparently, it's like it can be it's usually enjoyed by adults and kids alike. Adults usually have it with like alcoholic drinks and stuff, which I could definitely see. Um, so that's a little fun fact for you there. So this entire episode, this was pretty much a single segment episode again. We've had one of these before. Though we did have a little after credits segment too, but it's directly related to the other segments. So it's still basically a single segment episode. And that is the big city race. The the race was literally put on by the lady of the mansion. I'm bad with names. I'm sorry. Specifically to ask Adatara out. And it worked. Like, she asked him out and he absolutely accepted. So, good for them. Like, seriously, though. It's like I'm always a big supporter of love. And I always believe that people should chase love. As long as, they do so in a healthy way. Like, if you love someone, go for it. Like, actively seek that out and go for it. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but at least you tried, right? And I'm speaking as someone who does have trouble with that, admittedly. But I have asked people out, and mind you, it's never worked, but I've at least tried. I've had, like, 3 dates in my life, two of them with the same person. That didn't work out at all. And the other one with someone else. And both times, or I guess technically all three, I was the one asked out, which does make me feel a little good. Like, it makes me feel good about myself that someone would ask me out, but it's like it just did not work out in any way, shape, or form with either of them, and have not had any other dates besides that. So whenever I see, like, in a series, like, people embracing love and like going on dates and stuff, I don't know, it just makes me feel like good. Like, you would think it would make me feel like jealous or something, and to a degree, yeah, I definitely feel some jealousy. Um but usually within a show like this, I feel more like positivity and like happiness to see people embracing love, because it's something that I do take so seriously, and I do like care so much about. And so to see her like not only just over the moon happy to be carried by him during this entire race, which was cute as fuck, but also to ask him out and for him to like just openly accept it. It's just like that's just so cute. That's so goddamn cute. Like, this is a woman in her like late 20s, and it's like she is so fucking adorable. But it's like I had been thinking for a good amount of the episodes, mostly since we saw Etchan and Matsuri, um, and everything come into play during the race, that I wanted them to win, and it's specifically because of Matsuri moving. I wanted them to have like this big success, this big like positive memory before Etchan moves. Which, I mean, that's clearly what this was going for, especially with them actually winning. It's like this is the kind of thing that they will remember forever. Even though there was the worry at the end of them whether or not they would, and as such, like what to do with the money to try and like make sure that they have something to remember things by. Which, by the way, the idea of using that money to fly out and see each other, phenomenal idea. I think that is a fantastic idea because it's like I believe that even when a friend moves, like you can still keep in contact with them, and I've done that with some friends. I've still kept in contact with them, and it's like I think that's a good thing. I think that's something you should strive for, especially if you're as close as these two clearly are. So, yeah, really happy for that. Um, really glad that they won, and apparently Wako was helping them the entire time. All those traps were set by Wako, and apparently the robot that the two were riding to dominate the race was hacked by her sister, which I did not know she was a hacker. I don't think they brought that up before. I mean, considering that she's like normally so lackadaisical and kind of out of it, that's honestly kind of surprising. But yeah, like seeing everyone like kind of going through this race together, Nagamo and Nikra just being girlfriends. Like I know I like say this a lot, like out of like more of a joke than anything with them, and even with Echen and Matsuri. Like I say it kind of as a joke, just because I like shipping, but I genuinely believe that Nagamo and Nikra feel like girlfriends to me. Like they actively feel like they're together. And I can't explain it beyond that. It's purely a vibe that they give off. It's like when you see like an old married couple while you're out and about, and like you don't actually have any evidence that they're a couple, but you can just tell by the way they interact with each other. That's the vibe that Nagamo and Nikra give to me. Like, I mean, just the fact that Nikra's locket that she wants to get back specifically has a picture of Nagamo in there because Nagamo inspired her. It's like, come on, that is gay as fuck. And I say that with all the love as a pansexual person. That is gay as fuck. It's just they just feel like an old married couple to me. They give off those same vibes. And like I've shipped a lot of characters throughout the years. And I'm going to ship a lot more. And whether they become canon or not, it's like it's fun to me. But Nagamo and Nikra are one of those that actually just feels authentically like almost canon without being confirmed canon. And I don't know if the author meant for them to have that vibe. I have no clue. But it would be really fucking cool if that did end up becoming canon. Like if that ended up being like a thing where the author actually did intend it and they do end up becoming like a canon couple, that would be really fucking cool. Um we have others in the race as well, other characters that we've seen throughout the series, but not really too much else to discuss here. Um I really like how everything did go completely out of hand. Just completely went batshit crazy after everybody realized you could just bring whatever you want into the race, and there's not really any real rules other than you have to pass by the checkpoints with your partner. It's like it's just chaos. It's so wacky, but that's perfect for a series like this. But this episode definitely goes in line with what I was saying in the pre-thoughts about this series becoming more serious and more focused since it was compared to how it was at the beginning. with this entire episode pretty much being just this race, outside of, again, the aftermath with our winners, it's like it really feels like this was a big event. You know what I mean? It feels like this was something like really big that we just witnessed. To have a series that is normally, pretty goofy and funny and segmented so notably, to have an episode, whenever you have like an episode of a series like that that is so super focused and has like only a singular plot going on, especially when it is a literal like public event like this, like a public race, um that's a big deal. That's a big deal, and it was well executed. Obviously, the animation was phenomenal. There were a couple points during this where the animation just went crazy, like when Nikuro was yelling at Nagumo and everything. It's like, you did not need to go that hard for the animation there. You really did not, but I appreciate the shit out of you doing so. And obviously, when the other two are riding the rocket, mascot, I can't remember the mascot's name, past all the other contestants and knocking them out of the way and shit. It's like the first person perspective view on that is fantastic, and it's like so well animated. This series is gorgeous. Like, they really knocked it out of the park with the visuals on it. You have to give them all their flowers for the animation here. Um, but yeah, it's like I just really enjoyed this. I just really thought this was a fantastic episode that really, again, felt like an event. It felt like it was so well set up and so well handled, and just felt like such a big deal. So, with, again, Etchan and Matsuri winning it, having this big hurrah before Etchan moves, it's such a beautiful conclusion to it as well. And I'm like almost scared and sad to see like what's gonna how this move is going to like affect them, because I feel like it's going to show like the direct aftermath of the move, and it's probably going to get very emotional. And I am a bitch when it comes to emotion. I will cry with the greatest of ease. I am a sap. I am very schmaltzy, and that kind of shit will break me. So I would not be surprised if this season slash series ends with the move. And I would not be surprised if it is a very serious emotional episode that completely breaks me down and I just am a mess afterwards. And I, for one, would entirely welcome that. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, but crying is healthy. Crying is something that we should do because it's emotionally and physically healthy for us. And so I actually am really proud that I'm such a crybaby, because it shows that I'm very in touch with my emotions, that I'm very accepting of them, that I don't push them away, that I don't like hide who I am and what makes me emotional. And so I feel like allowing yourself to cry at something that you find sad, moving, exciting, etc., it makes you feel more authentic to me. And it's something that I strive for. And yeah, there are times where I like try to hold back my tears a little bit, but for the most part, I do let them flow. Like I'll give you an example. I've been playing on my own time off of like the gaming channel. On my own time, I've been playing the game Metaphor ReFantasio, And I got to a portion just last night that made me fucking bawl. Like, I lost it. I was a mess. I was crying so fucking hard. And it's like, I made like a comment of this on social media, even stating it's like this game had already won me over. I was already invested in it, but that really did it for me. And it's like I truly find this game to be special now. It's like, to put it very simplistically, it kind of an entire section of the game that dealt with a bunch of different things, a bunch of different themes that this game goes through, including heavy racism, parental love, tragic loss, and emotional instability brought upon by tragic loss. And it made me lose it. Like, I was a mess. And the thing is, after I had like finished, like, you know, getting myself back together, I felt really like, for lack of a better way to put it, I felt opened up. I know that sounds fucking weird, but I felt like I was like free in a way. I felt so refreshed, so clean, so like just emotionally open. And it was like this most like beautiful, freeing feeling. And this is obviously not the first time I felt like that, because again, I've cried that hard over a lot of things. But it's like that, it's just this like deep, satisfying feeling that washes over me every time I have that big of a cry. That is like one of the most like enjoyable feelings that I ever get. It feels that good. It is legitimately pure bliss. And it's one of the reasons why I am so open. I know that's like um maybe a selfish reason to be emotionally open, to just for the sake of like wanting to feel that like blissful like feeling afterwards. But it's just like it's just it sorry, I'm bad at explaining things. I'm trying to find a way to like say this. It just feels good to be openly emotional. It feels good to be honest about my feelings. And it feels like me being honest, especially in terms of reactions when I am, or let's plays even as well on the gaming channel. I feel like I'm also like encouraging others to do the same. And I know like some of you have cried during like episodes and movies and stuff. You've admitted as such. I know I'm not the only one who's cried at various things, but it's like there's like points where I feel almost like my emotions are what has gained me the loyal fan base, the loyal viewership that I have. We may not be a lot, but we are a strong group, and I genuinely consider you guys friends. Even if we've never met in real life and everything, it's like I feel like the connection that our community has here and on Discord, mostly on Discord at this point, but I feel like the connection there is, it's just really cool. It's just it's a really strong connection. And mind you, it helps that we're like so small. It allows us to connect better and like communicate better and everything than if we had like hundreds of thousands of viewers and Discord users and stuff like that. But still, it's just, it feels good to have a community that can be close knit like this, and that can have fun and help each other out and be there as support for each other. It's like that's great. That's awesome to see. And hell, I do love it when larger communities, through these YouTubers or otherwise, do have the ability to do that. There are some larger communities that are, phenomenal to each other. And it's for the most part, it's just really wonderful to see. So, yeah, I feel comfortable being emotional with everyone watching this. And I feel like I have that safety to be so, to be myself and to let my emotions out. And so, like I said, when that last episode hits, and if that is where it shows them like parting ways and stuff, I am gonna be a mess. I'm just telling you right now, I am probably gonna lose it. I don't know if it'll be as bad as like some of the other big ones we've had on the channel, like when the final episode of MLP aired. That's probably one of my biggest cries that I've had. Like I was destroyed in the best way, in a positive way, when that series ended, because it meant so much to me. It literally saved my life from suicide. So yeah, it's just being able to be that vulnerable with someone is always a big deal. And when it's with like an audience online, I feel like that's almost even bigger of a deal. At least for me, because to be vulnerable with people I don't even know outside of this all, it feels like I have to be even more vulnerable because of that. And so it matters. And so I want to thank you guys for making me feel comfortable enough to be vulnerable with you. But all of that being said, thank you all so much for watching as well, for continuing to tune in, continuing to support the channel. And I hope that you have been enjoying these reactions. Whether you lurk on the channel and just watch without commenting, or if you're a consistent commenter, I hope you're enjoying nonetheless. I hope that these reactions are great for you guys. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.